Aside from the controversies in the Vanna case, there was another study conducted in India in 2003 that bafflingly seems to confirm the phenomenon of pranic feeding. It was conducted on a yogi who claims he has neither eaten nor drunk for decades. But what is behind these incredible accounts on the internet? Of course, I'm eager to meet this mysterious yogi, and I get the rare opportunity to film him in his native village. Mataji Prahladyani normally lives in a cave in the mountains, but once a year he visits his family to celebrate the holy Navratri festival. Here the yogi is worshipped as a holy man who had a vision at the age of 7 and allegedly hasn't had a bite of food or drop of water since.
આસો છું આઠમના દિવસે 12 વાગે મા કાળી મા લક્ષ્મી મા સરસ્વતી બહેનો આવી મને કે ચાલો મારી સાથે આવવું છે મેં કહા આપણે તૈયાર છીએ તૈયાર છો પછી મેં કહ્યું પેટમાં તો શું કરીશું તમારે આજથી બધું બંધ ખાવા પીવાનું ત્યાંથી બંધ થઈ ગયું શું 7 વર્ષ.
Ja, also 60 Jahre ohne Wasser und ohne Essen und ohne Energie, das glaube ich schlicht und einfach nicht. Das ist denkunmöglich.
Ich habe es mir abgewöhnt zu sagen, das gibt's nicht, sondern ich sage eigentlich nur mehr, ich kann mir das nicht vorstellen.
Es gibt in Indien eine richtige Tradition diesbezüglich von Menschen, die ohne Nahrung leben.
Das, was auffallend ist und was sich wie ein roter Faden durch alle diese Geschichten zieht, das sind Behauptungen von Einzelpersonen. Und es gibt keinen einzigen objektiven Nachweis.
Natürlich, wenn in so vielen Traditionen solche Berichte existieren, warum sollten die alle gelogen sein? Das ist ja völlig unrealistisch.
Ja, gut, dann wäre es ja interessant, dass man dann sozusagen, weil Sie 4, 5, 6 Leute zusammenfindet, die eben vertrauenswürdig sind und die könnten ihn dann beobachten. Nicht?
I'm Dr. Sudhir Shah. I am Director of Neurosciences at Sterling Hospital, a city-based corporate hospital of a very high stature. One doctor telephoned me that he is aware of some person, that is Prahladyani, who is not eating, not drinking anything for nearly 64 years. I was very skeptic to what all he said, and I laughed it out. I said, I think it's unbelievable. Doctor, what are you talking? Have you got any evidence for that? You know, Doctor, I'm just telling that these people have brought him to me, and I know this Mataji for some time, and if you would like to study, I can ask him to see you. One day he came to my office and said that, okay, I'll allow you to investigate, but nothing invasive should be done in my body. I said, you will have to be in the hospital under continuous video monitoring. And if you are true, I will put your good remarks to the world. If you are wrong, I will have to literally undress you. In the sense, this is cheating. If you are prepared, then come.
So Dr. Sudhir Shah approached me regarding this Mataji. And for the medical science, this is not possible.
I was so hopeless to begin with that I thought that it would not continue for more than 24 hours. The project of Prahladyani or Mataji to prove that he is not taking anything. He's not taking food, not taking water, nor passing urine and not passing stool. This had to be proved only physically. You have to keep a watch on him and it could be proved.
So it was constantly observation under my supervision. All the security personnel was from the hospital side, and it was a camera observation.
I started my mind that he is cheating and this is not going to continue. So from day one only, I took all possible measures to see that he is not left alone for a moment. We went on changing the security, we went on changing the cameramen so that they cannot make any problem. We went on putting 2 cassettes simultaneously so that even while changing the cassettes, he may not pass urine. At the end of the project, our conclusion was Mr. Prahlad Jani did not take anything orally, neither fluid, nor water, nor food during these 10 days of our project. Number 2, Mr. Prahlad Jani did not pass urine or stool during these 10 days, although we could see formation of urine in his bladder, which was reabsorbed from the bladder.
I was doing his sonography twice a day for 7 days, morning, evening. And there was ups and downs. One time it is a 400 ml, then 200 ml, 300 ml urine. But at the end of the study, gradually there was no urine in his urinary bladder. He was claiming that he is absorbing the urine in his body, which was difficult to explain as far as the science is concerned.
We did have a protocol which included complete blood count, ESR, renal function test, endocrinal test, liver function test, and all X-rays, including whole body CT scan.
The surprising part was all his organs were normal, morphologically. His chest was clear, kidneys, liver, spleen, everything was normal. Everything was normal and there was no even changes because of the age.
I mean, all possible things that could be done non-invisively in this hi-fi corporate hospital with the help of so much involved consultants who are all, most of us are trained abroad also. And we were just scratching our head as to this, the greatest surprise that we saw in our lifetime so far.
Es ist für mich faszinierend und wirklich vollkommen unverständlich. Es ist jenseits meiner Vorstellungskraft und ich habe das jetzt gerade das erste Mal gesehen und es hat ja, also wenn Sie mir das so erzählt hätten, hätte ich gesagt, ich glaub's nicht. Er hat über 10 Tage weder uriniert, noch hat er Stuhl unter sich gelassen, noch hat er irgendetwas getrunken, noch irgendetwas gegessen und es gibt die Laborbefunde von ihm. Man würde sich erwarten, dass die harnpflichtigen Substanzen haushoch sind. Das ist eine absolute Bombe.
Really fascinated to see the boy who is fasting for 6 to 8 months, and that is not at all really so exciting to me because I studied similar cases in past and I can understand this is possible.
Dr. Shah's most famous case is Prahlad Jani, a holy man who claims he has not eaten or drunk anything since he was 12.
I haven't eaten anything, not even now, even though I'm 80 years old.
That made me really quite excited because I knew that this is something going to change the feeling of medical work.
Although I walk 100, 200 kilometers in the jungle, I never sweat, nor feel tired or sleepy. I can meditate for 3, 8 or 12 hours or even months.
Prahlad Jani recently spent 10 days in observation, watched and filmed 24 hours a day.
Minute to minute, second to second. And he was kept in a cabin which was sealed from outside. The bathroom was sealed. One of my assistants would remain with him all throughout 24 hours in changing duty. Doctors would come throughout the day at different time which was not be told to him. And we made sure that nothing can go wrong, in the sense medical world should know that there was not a single loophole.
મારી સાથે સવાર બપોરની
They took blood samples from me 3 times a day, morning, afternoon and evening. They checked my kidney, brain and put machines all over my body.
પછી બધા શરીર પર મશીન
They were trying to find out which factors made my body work. They put machines inside my body also.
He was not given any food or water, and even when he was allowed to take a bath, the quantity of water was measured before and after to make sure nothing was lost.
As I said, after 10 days, the parameters were all normal. We studied his hematology, and whatever studies you can think of, we could do it.
I will live up to approximately 1,000 to 5,000, maybe even 10,000 years with this kind of body.
That there was no food or water given to this man, that he did not pass urine or stool, and even he did not dribble urine. After a few hours the urine would appear, some fluid would appear in the bladder and again it would disappear.
It is possible to modify fluid intake so you produce a very small amount of urine each day, and if he is covered with a cloth, the chances are he could urinate and it would evaporate from the ground or soak into the ground without anyone noticing.
Modern medicine tells us that an average human can only survive for 4 days without water. While confined, Prahlad Jani incredibly lasted 10 days under observation. Dr. Shah has a theory on how he's managing to survive without food or fluid. He feels the holy man is feeding off the sun.
Hiranandhan Manik used to do solar gazing. He says that you have to go to flat ground and barefooted and just look at the sun.
It's impossible for us to generate heat or light energy from looking at the sun, almost likening it to photosynthesis, which is the process by which plants generate their energy supply. And this is absolutely impossible for a human being to do.
On the first day you look for 5 seconds, but without blinking your eyes. Every few days you increase few seconds, and maybe after a month you come to a minute or so.
In fact, staring at the sun would damage the retina of the eye.
Scientists from America also examined him several times in ophthalmic system, and he found nothing abnormal.
The sun transmits energy through a hole in the holy man's throat, producing a sticky solid lump that he can redigest. This, he claims, refuels the chakra power points in his body.
It is not a miracle, it is supernatural.